let us understand about bus bar arrangement schemes. You would have, in the last session, we have learnt about different bus bars. What do you mean by bus bar? Now, in today's, let us understand in this session what are the different bus bar arrangements and why these bus bar arrangements have been done in the substation and what are the uses. There are different bus bar arrangements listed out here. We have single bus bar arrangement with bus sectionalization. We have main and transfer bus arrangement. We have double bus, double breaker arrangement, sectionalized double bus arrangement, and we have 1.5 breaker arrangement, and many more the arrangements are done based on the need and the requirements in order to reduce the cost, somewhere in order to reduce the compatibility, in order to use more compatibly, then also as per the need of that particular substation. Now let us understand the first one, single bus bar arrangement. Let us go through the diagram. When you observe here, in a single bus bar arrangement, there is only single bus bar here, as mentioned. We can observe here. So you can see this is the single bus bar here. This is called as single bus bar. Here, once you observe here, we have 3 generators. Incoming lines, along with that we have a circuit breakers, then you have isolators, then this is the bus bar. So you can observe here, this is the single bus. Then again you have isolators, circuit breakers, transformer connections, then at the end outgoing feeders along with circuit breakers and isolators. Now as the diagram indicates, here there is only one single bus bar. So we can say this is one of the simplest arrangement of a substation, wherein you have only single set of bus bars complete for the full length of the switchboard. Here each generator and feeder are controlled by the circuit breakers, and we can see the isolators which are used for the isolation of the generators, and feeder and circuit breakers from the bus bar for maintenance. One of the major advantage of such is here the cost is less because only one single bus bar is for the operation. But there are certain drawbacks also if you use only one bus bar. What are those? If something goes wrong on the substation, this bus bar has to be replaced or need to be repaired, then the whole supply has to be affected or it will stop. The feeders are disconnected in case of maintenance, in case of repair. So that has to be kept in mind. Now, second one, single bus bar arrangement with bus sectionalization. Now, to understand this, almost everything remains same here, other than there is a sectionalization which is made on the bus bar arrangement itself. There are certain advantages of this type of bus bar. What is that advantage? See, by isolating or dividing, sectionalization one bus bar, complete shutdown of the bus bar need not happen here. If something goes wrong in the first line, 2 generators, you can isolate this part completely and the other 2 will be running. So this is the major advantage when we talk about sectionalized single bar system. Here the number of sections can be 2 or 3. Here there is only one section we have divided here. So compared to the single bus bar arrangement, sectionalized bus bar has certain advantage, but it comes with a cost. So you need to have additional cost for sectionalization. So here what will happen, if any fault occurs only in the first section, then only that first section need to be isolated and the second section continues to work. So you need not shut down the entire system. This is the major advantage when we have compared to the first system. Now next is main and transfer bus arrangement. Let us observe here main and transfer bus system. So earlier case you had only one bus system. Here you have 2 bus system, bus 1, bus 2. So this is what we call as main and transfer bus arrangement. That means to say there is a duplicate bus bar. What is the uses of this duplicate bus bar? generally most of the substations preferably employ one main bus and one duplicate bus bar. Why? Where? Because the continuity of the supply has to be maintained at all the times, and this arrangement generally helps us, provides the flexibility, continuity of supply, and allows periodic maintenance. When you need to maintain anything periodically, there is a transfer bus. The entire load can be transferred to the second bus with the help of a bus coupler. You can observe here the bus coupler at the right end. So this bus coupler helps us to transfer the load, and the entire system will be working without any closure. So that is but the cost wise it will be, you need to bear more because an additional transfer bus is being employed here. But whenever service or fault occurs, easily we'll be able to transfer and continue our working. That is the advantage. Next is double bus double breaker arrangement. So as the name indicates, double bus double breaker arrangement, here itself you have two buses when we employ two breakers. Suppose if I provide a breaker 1 here, breaker 2, again breaker 1, breaker 2, this becomes double bus bar along with double breaker arrangement. As in the case of single bus and single breaker arrangement, here it will be double bus and double breaker arrangement, which gives us more convenience of working. So next is sectionalized double bus arrangement. As I said, in the double bus itself we are sectionalizing this. And last one is 1.5 breaker arrangement. Now observe this clearly, the diagram here. In 1.5 breaker arrangement, what we have done is, breaker means circuit breaker. The meaning of 1.5 breaker arrangement, circuit breaker. If when we observe the other circuit breakers here, now please observe here in the other diagrams, circuit breaker has connections, input and as well as output. But here in this case, what we have done is, here the input of the circuit breaker, you can see the output of the circuit breaker will act as the input of the second circuit breaker. So what we do, with the help of output of one circuit breaker, same thing is connected across the output of the, so as the input of the second circuit breaker. That's why the name is 1.5 circuit breaker. That means half of the circuit breaker cost is saved here in order to have economical operation, but the effect of the overall circuit breaker remains to be same, because the circuit breaker operation is continuous and also we have saved some amount economically. So this is how it works. So these are the different bus bar arrangements in the substation. Hope you understood. Thank you.